Mr. President, I declare that the 64th commencement exercises of Utica College are now in session.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please remain standing for the singing of the national anthem, performed this year by graduating senior Marilyn Joseph.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Sounds like a hockey game to me. Members of the class of 2013, your family, friends, our trustees, our faculty, staff, Mr. Robinson, and other distinguished guests. I'm honored to welcome you to the 64th commencement at Utica College. If we might, for just a moment, take a moment of silence in memory of Director of Counseling, Lisa Davis. Thank you. I want to extend a special greeting to all the family members in attendance today. It is because of your love and your nurturing support that these soon-to-be graduates have achieved this milestone in their lives. I know that our students appreciate your love and support, and our faculty and staff appreciate the confidence that you placed in us to help prepare your loved ones for the world of work, for leadership in their communities and their chosen vocations, and hopefully for a lifetime of never-ending learning. I would also like us to recognize a group of very important people in our students' lives and in the life of this college, our faculty and staff. I would ask that our students give a standing ovation for the faculty and staff who have dedicated their lives to your learning and development. You may be seated. So, members of the class of 13, we are here today to celebrate your achievements and to bestow upon you the imprimatur for calling yourself a graduate of Utica College. That imprimatur being the bachelor's degree. This degree represents the certification of the faculty and the Board of Trustees of Utica College that you have successfully completed a course of study and are deserving of the credential and symbol of that achievement. Today's ceremony is also our way of congratulating you, our graduates, for your many extraordinary achievements and for your contributions to our community of scholars. We thank you for all that you have done for Utica College and the local community through volunteer service. Before I introduce the next speaker, and I'm sure this won't be as a surprise, I have a kernel of wisdom to impart to you. It comes from a fellow Utica College graduate with whom I had dinner several years ago. This individual started life as the son of a single parent. Life was difficult throughout his childhood. Money was scarce. Opportunity felt even more scarce at times. His brother became a drug addict. His sister was an unwed mother. But he had the personal fortitude, drive, ambition, and motivation to improve his life and the life of his family. When he entered the New York Community College, he was the first in his family ever to attend college. He was then recruited to Utica College, and he graduated with a degree in psychology. He went on to earn a master's in guidance counseling, completed a certificate in management, and became a certified school psychologist. The first half of his career was spent in training and education positions. He was a trainer for the state education department, an assistant dean of students, a career services director, an HEOP director, and a dean of students. For the second half of his career, he found his way into the for-profit and non-for-profit business world, where he was an assistant manager for what is now a hardware and software company, director of human resources for a TV network, and director of resources for a publishing company. He then succeeded in becoming a senior vice president for one of the world's largest public marketing firms, a senior vice president for one of the country's largest health insurance companies, and then the chief administrative and human resources officer for one of the best known and largest nonprofit federations. This alumnus has succeeded at the highest levels in his profession, having worked brutal hours and having focused much of his life on climbing the corporate ladder, even while being a loving father and giving back through community service. So what is this person's kernel of wisdom for you? You probably won't hear it at many graduations, and that is why he would share it today if he were here. This kernel of wisdom is this: take time for quiet moments and for personal reflection. Take care of yourself, just as you take care of your career, your family, your community, and others around you. Take quiet moments for yourself. This fellow alumnus's wish for you and my wish for you is that in this hectic world of ours, may you find peace within yourself, and may happiness and good health be with you always. Congratulations and best wishes to all of you, our graduates. It is now my great pleasure to introduce your president, Layla Butler.
Good morning. Good morning, President Hutton, Board of Trustees, Mr. Robinson, faculty, staff, family, friends, and most importantly, the revolutionary class of 2013. I ask that you sit tight in your seats and hold on, as this ride will take you down memory lane. Remember to keep your hands in at all times, because the scariest thing is that it'll go by extremely fast. As a class that stood united and undivided since 2009, we were eager to fasten our seatbelts for the journey ahead. For some, we were used to a small, family-oriented atmosphere, while some came from a big city, and this would be a new world. Regardless of how we started, with the help of others, we all made it on the ride just fine. As the ride progressed, and so did the years, we can recall the twists and turns of life. Some twists making you feel scared in the beginning, but relieved when they're done. Just like when you may have thought, I can't believe I made it through that class. Or other turns that are unending, which remind you of your nights in Shrebel's 24-hour computer lab pulling an all-nighter. And after the last hour, when you think you are ready to hand it in, you ask yourself, am I sure I cited everything properly? But you find the confidence in yourself to hand in the assignment. You learn to never procrastinate again, to manage your time, and make use of the professor's office hours. And you remember the wise words, be quick, but do not hurry. Although more settled into the ride, you still feel nerve-wracked when you take on that next unexpected upside-down turn and attend the first meeting of an organization on campus. Regardless of whether you got involved in one organization or throughout campus, you face those upside-down turns of student life with a mixture of fear and excitement. Yet you felt comforted when you realized you found a group of peers that you can now call family. Feeling like you have it all together, you still encounter the loop-de-loop as you enter your chosen free elective class and realize, I can see myself doing this in the future. So you change your major and you realize you need some advice from those who know you best. For me, it was and will always be my loving parents, who would always remind me that no challenge is too big to conquer, or the thing I did not want to hear, it's not the end of the world, you can do it. And although the advice you receive may not always be what you wanted to hear, it was always what you needed to hear. And it was those words that made you feel right side up again. And with the uncertainty of what's next, you realize that you can't look back now, because you're already at the top of this ride. But you don't seem as nervous for the upcoming pitfall when you realize you're sitting next to your roommate since freshman year who's never left your side. The friends you've met in your major who've done nothing but motivate you. Or those people that seem to be involved in all the things that you were. As you go down, you grab each other's hands tight, and you know that even though this ride was scary and nothing but unpredictable, knowing that they were there was all you ever needed. Then you look at the calendar and realize that today marks the end of that ride. You are no longer an undergraduate, and the bittersweet feeling of wanting to get right back on appears. Yet we know that there are other rides waiting out there for us. Rides that will scare and thrill us just as this one did, but ones that we know for sure that we will enjoy. Class of 2013, take all of your memories, mistakes, lessons, embarrassing moments, trips, pitfalls, and stumbles with you as we leave today as alumni of Utica College. Recognize that your mistakes have taught you most. After all, if you're not making mistakes, then you're not doing something right. As we move into the professional and competitive arenas that our institution has carefully prepared us for, take with you the 3 most valuable lessons from renowned college basketball coach John Wooden. First, in life, don't be better than the next person. Be the best that you can be, and you'll be better than the next person. Secondly, while being better than the next, whether it is with the title MD, Esquire, officer, entrepreneur, mother, or father, don't measure yourself by what you have accomplished, but by what you should have accomplished with your ability. And lastly, know that success is never final. Failure is never fatal, but it's courage that counts. Have all the courage allowed, because your future will hold more twists, turns, embarrassing moments, more pitfalls, and more newfound peers and family that will help you along this ride. Remember how important it was for us to stay together as a class, united and undivided. And take that with you as you move on to the next ride. And finally, class of 2013, to this revolutionary class of 2013, know that we made it, and we did it. and all together, we were one and a unit. Congratulations and much success on all your future endeavors. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Layla. It's now my great pleasure to introduce to you this year's commencement speaker, Pulitzer Prize-winning columnist Eugene Robinson. Mr. Robinson has become a writer of national and even international renown over the past 3 decades. A native of Orangeburg, South Carolina, he was among the first of a group of African-American students to attend his previously segregated high school. At the University of Michigan, Mr. Robinson became the first black editor-in-chief of that institution's award-winning student newspaper. His career in journalism began in earnest at the San Francisco Chronicle, where he covered the trial of Patty Hearst. In 1980, he moved to the Washington Post, where he has served as city editor, London bureau chief, foreign editor, and assistant managing editor. But it's Mr. Robinson's work as a columnist and commentator at the Post that has earned him his greatest accolades. In an era defined by the harsh rhetoric of division, he has consistently sought to elevate both the tone and substance of our national conversation with his thoughtful prose. When presenting him with the 2009 Pulitzer Prize for Commentary, the Pulitzer Committee praised Mr. Robinson for his graceful writing and grasp of the larger historic picture in his weekly Washington Post column. His compassion and insight have made him a frequent guest on national television news programs such as NBC's Meet the Press. In every respect, he embodies the values of diversity, freedom of expression, and open, honest, collegial communication that are the core of UC's mission. Please join me in welcoming Eugene Robinson.
Thank you. Thank you, President Hutton, Layla, administrators, faculty, and students. Thank you so much, class of 2013, for letting me be your graduation speaker. It is a great honor for me. And I'd like to begin with a special word of congratulations, not only to the class of 2013, but to the parents and families who are filling this auditorium today. I have sat where you sat, where you're sitting now. I have had the honor and pleasure of getting students through college, and I know how hard you worked to make this happen. So congratulations to all the families and to all the students as well. This is a wonderful day. I am going to speak this morning about diversity, and I'm going to talk about facts. In the year 2043, the United States is going to be a majority-minority country. That is to say, there will be no racial or ethnic majority in the country. Everybody's going to be a minority. It's not that bad, actually. Those of us who've experienced it can assure the others that you'll survive. You just have to negotiate. Our largest states, our most populous states, California and Texas, are already majority-minority jurisdictions, and the next 2 most populous states, Florida and New York, are very close, going to be there soon. So this is the world that you're going out into. For some Americans, this is unsettling. You can look, for example, at some of the more outlandish ways in which President Obama has been criticized. Whether you like his politics or don't like his politics or think he's been a good president or a bad president, it certainly seems to me, and my email bears it out, that there's something unsettling to a lot of people about this biracial, exotic person becoming President of the United States. It's not what we're used to seeing, but it's what we're going to be used to seeing in the future, and it's what your generation has already internalized and already understands much better than my generation or previous generations. I always thought that one of the most important things President Obama ever does, one of the most important things about the Obama presidency is when he walks across the White House lawn with the first family, with Michelle Obama and Sasha and Malia and Mrs. Robinson, the first mother-in-law, and the dog, and they walk across the White House lawn to get on the helicopter to go to Camp David. Just that simple act, it's a picture that we've seen 1,000,000 times, presidents walking across the lawn to go to Camp David, but it's a different picture. It's an African-American family making that walk. And visual images are really, really powerful. I think they rearrange the furniture inside our heads. And that image of a black family taking that walk, I think it broadens the range of what is possible in this country. It makes us see the country in a different way, and I think that's an important legacy of this presidency, again, whether you agree with the politics or not. As we become a more diverse country, we're going to find our way through give and take and through negotiation, but in order to negotiate and to find our way, we're going to have to agree on what the facts are. And that's where all of you come in. Now, I'm a journalist. I tend to see the world through the prism of political events. So I'm going to remind you of something that happened just a couple of years ago, but you'll all remember it. It was when the President of the United States posted his birth certificate on the internet. President Obama finally put his birth certificate on the internet because so many people didn't believe what the state of Hawaii said and what he said, that he was born in Hawaii. So he had to demonstrate yet again that he was an American citizen. He had already done it during the campaign, releasing his official birth certificate. And if any question ever existed, it had long been settled in a manner that would satisfy any court of law in the country. News organizations all sent reporters to check it out, and sure enough, he was born where and when he said he was. That was the end of the story, except the story never seemed to end. And so the president had to ask for a waiver from the state of Hawaii so he could get this sort of long-form birth certificate that is normally inaccessible, and put it on the internet and prove that he was born in the country. Now, we can argue, is this a diversity issue? Does this have to do with racial attitudes? Why these questions were asked about President Obama in a way that they weren't asked, say, about John McCain, who was actually born in Panama. But I think it goes beyond that. What I'm interested in is why the president had to feel compelled to offer this proof on top of proof. And it wasn't just because of the so-called birthers insisted on this particular birth certificate. It was more because it's as if there were two different realities in this country and two different set of facts. And for those who didn't believe President Obama was born in the country, this was a fact. Nothing could convince them otherwise. And in fact, not an hour after the president finished speaking and released his birth certificate, I got an email from one of these birther groups that said, Case closed, not so fast. So if you produce one document, people say it's forged. You produce another document, people say it's doctored. Some people obviously couldn't deal with the fact that Obama was president, and they decided that the presidency was somehow illegitimate. But to deal with that, they just developed their own facts or alleged facts to support their position. And as time went on, a number of other people, at one point, up to 45% of all Republicans, believed this alternate set of facts, that the president was born in Kenya or wherever they said he was born, and which was totally untrue. Yet people believed it, up to 45% of the membership of one of our two leading political parties. So politically, this wasn't such a bad problem for the president, I suppose. He managed to survive it. But what happened was that this reality that was accepted by the president's bitterest opponents began to kind of infect the rest of the society. And so you saw polls that indicated a growing number of independent voters also thought the president might have been born overseas, or they weren't quite sure where he was born. And so it's an example of the way a falsehood doesn't have this sort of self-contained existence. In fact, it tends to spread, and it tends to color and to poison, frankly, debate that ought to be based on actual facts. There's a quote that I think of almost every single day. Often when I'm having conversations with Joe Scarborough or the likes on Morning Joe, and it's usually attributed to the late Senator Daniel Patrick Moynihan. And the quote is, "Everyone is entitled to his own opinion, but not his own facts." Now, things have changed since Moynihan's day, and frankly, they have not changed for the better. These days, facts are not considered one size fits all. In fact, my facts are not necessarily the same as your facts. And if your facts are inconvenient for my point of view, if they tend to refute the argument that I want to make, then I just reject your facts and insist on my own. This is what I, as a columnist, deal with every day. Not just clashing visions of how the world should be, but clashing visions of how the world is right now at its most observable and verifiable level. For me personally, the most infuriating example was, again, a couple of years ago. I grew up in the segregated South. I went to all black schools because you could not go to the white schools when I was in grade school. There was a racial incident in my city, Orangeburg, South Carolina, in 1968, in which the Highway Patrol opened fire on a group of black students who were demonstrating against a segregated bowling alley, killing 3 students, and no one was ever prosecuted for that. So that's the world I grew up in. A couple of years ago, the former Mississippi governor, Haley Barbour, was talking about life and times in Mississippi during the Civil Rights Movement, and he painted it like a peaceable kingdom of campfires and everybody singing Kumbaya. There was no problem with school integration, he said. Black students at the University of Mississippi, it's no big deal. According to Haley Barbour, these white citizens' councils, which were kind of the Ku Klux Klan in a suit, were almost like a welcome wagon for African Americans who were joining the society. I've written about this revisionism several times, and I'll probably write about it again, but at least Haley Barbour's non-factual facts were based on personal recollection. It was faulty recollection, but it was personal. If you look at another issue, huge numbers of Americans do not believe in climate change. Now that's fine. You can believe that human beings are changing the climate or not changing the climate, but you can't disbelieve that the concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere has increased by 40% since the beginning of the Industrial Revolution. That's an observable, measurable fact. And yet that's the kind of thing that we're now arguing over when, in fact, it is or it isn't. Now, there's plenty of room to argue about details, and there's plenty of room to argue about what we ought to do about that particular problem. But we have to accept that unless you're willing to invent a whole new physics, we're living in a warming planet. Now, this finally brings me to why I'm so happy to be here this morning, because there is only one reliable antidote to this sort of enveloping pollution of have it your own way facts, and that is scholarship. And so here I stand before an auditorium full of freshly minted scholars. Those pieces of paper behind me say that's what you are. And so my challenge to you is to go out and establish some facts. Get us some facts. In whatever field you choose, we need more facts everywhere, and we need them now. This university has given you the tools that you need to unearth these facts and to nail them down and to nail them to the wall and to prove them, to defend them, to insist on them, to establish the baseline that's going to be the basis for the negotiation that we have in the society as we move forward in a time of demographic and economic dislocation. So when I look out at you today, I don't see graduates, I see reinforcements. I see members of a cavalry who are riding in to join the fight for objective reality. To say that knowledge is power really underestimates what is at stake here. Knowledge, in fact, is our only hope. So go forth, manufacture knowledge, and I hope you make it by the ton. Congratulations, class of 2013. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Robinson, for that challenge and for that wisdom. I would now like to ask Professor David Shinatry to come forward for the presentation of our first honorary degree candidate. Professor Shinatry.
Mr. Robinson, will you join me at the podium? Mr. Robinson, you are one of America's most respected and celebrated cultural and political commentators. Your journey began in your hometown of Orangeburg, South Carolina, and at the University of Michigan, where you first confronted the social barriers of racial discrimination and exclusion. Your great compassion and sense of justice were forged in the crucible of the civil rights movement, to which you bore witness as a young man. A gifted writer, editor, and commentator, your career in journalism spans more than 3 decades, including your storied tenure at the Washington Post, which continues to this day. You have distinguished yourself as that newspaper's city editor, its foreign correspondent in Buenos Aires, its London bureau chief, its foreign editor, and its assistant managing editor. You became an op-ed columnist at the Post in 2005. Your work as a columnist has earned you high praise from your readers, as well as the respect and admiration of your peers. In 2009, you were awarded the Pulitzer Prize for your incisive and insightful commentary on the previous year's historic presidential election. You are a valued contributor to the national conversation on a broad range of topics, both in print and on national television, where you regularly appear as a commentator and political analyst. You have also authored several books, including your most recent volume, Disintegration, The Splintering of Black America, published in 2010, which Publishers Weekly described as a clear-eyed and compassionate study of Black history in America. As an author, columnist, and commentator, you have served as a voice of compassion and tolerance, exploring some of our nation's most difficult issues with thoughtful, provocative, and elegant prose. Your life's many accomplishments are a source of inspiration to the students assembled here today and to the entire Utica College community. It is therefore my great honor to present for the honorary degree, Doctor of Humane Letters, Mr. Eugene Robinson.
I am pleased to introduce Mr. Lawrence Gilroy, Chairperson of the Utica College Board of Trustees, who will now confer the honorary degree upon Mr. Eugene Robinson.
By the authority of Utica College Board of Trustees, with the faculty concurring, I confer upon Eugene Robinson the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, and all the rights and privileges pertaining thereunto. I present him with this diploma signed and the seal of the college affixed, and direct that he be invested with the appropriate hood this 19th day of May in the year 2013. Congratulations.
I would now like to ask Dean Lawrence Roberts to come forward for the presentation of our second honorary degree candidate.
Dr. Lam, would you join me at the lectern, please? Dr. Lam, you are a gifted educator and a tireless champion of higher learning. A proud citizen of the Republic of Vietnam, your career began in 1982 as a teacher of English at the secondary level in Ho Chi Minh City. Your early years as an educator demonstrated your great promise. You were, in the words of a colleague, a visionary teacher, from the very beginning, adopting methods that were well ahead of their time. You taught at the International School of Ho Chi Minh City for more than 10 years, distinguishing yourself as a remarkably dedicated mentor to the young people in your charge. In 2005, you were appointed the principal of the International School's City College campus, where you served as a relentless advocate on behalf of your students and their families, as well as your colleagues in the faculty. Your dedication to their well-being became legendary, and your doors were always open. You have been instrumental in helping Vietnamese students pursue a college education in the United States. You've helped more than 60 young people become a part of the Utica College community, working closely with the students and their families to make their dreams of higher learning a reality. You have consistently taken a personal interest in their successes. You have been an extremely effective ambassador for Utica College in your home country, helping to raise the college's profile and build its reputation in this emerging Southeast Asian economy. You have also made it your responsibility to educate the world about the great potential of Vietnam and its wonderful people. Through your efforts as a teacher, an administrator, and an advocate, you embody the values that define this institution and all those who are associated with it. It is therefore my great honor to present for the honorary degree, Doctor of Humane Letters, Dr. Nguyen T. Quinn Lam.
Once again, Mr. Lawrence Gilroy, Chairperson of the Utica College Board of Trustees, will confer the honorary degree upon Dr. Lam.
By the authority of the Utica College Board of Trustees, with the faculty concurring, I confer upon Nguyen T. Quinn Lam the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, and all the rights and privileges pertaining thereunto. I present her with this diploma, signed and the seal of the college affixed, and direct that she be invested with the appropriate hood this 19th day of May in the year 2013.
Mr. Gilroy, President Hutton, it is my privilege to present those baccalaureate degree candidates in the class of 2013 who will receive their diplomas with honors. 65 students have achieved this distinction by having earned a final grade point average between 3.40 and 3.59. These are the honors cum laude. Please stand and be recognized. Congratulations. The next category is magna cum laude with high honors. 45 students have achieved this distinction by having earned a final grade point average between 3.60 and 3.79. Will the magna cum laude graduates please stand and be recognized? Congratulations. The final category is summa cum laude with highest honors. 34 students have achieved this distinction by having earned a final grade point average between 3.80 and 4.0. Will the summa cum laude graduates please rise and be recognized? Among these are the undergraduate school marshals, Julio de Jesus for Arts and Sciences, Joseph Wells for Business and Justice Studies, and Philip Fetz for Health Professions in Education. Congratulations to all of you. Our summa cum laude graduates also include our valedictorian, Brandy Miller, and our salutatorian, Yulia Babechevich. As a major in English with an additional certification in adolescence education, Brandy earned a GPA of 3.99 with 120 UC credits. Brandy started at Utica College in the fall of 2009 and is a resident of Rome, New York, and a graduate of Rome High School. Brandy has worked as a student teacher at Notre Dame Junior Senior High School in Utica, as well as Rome Free Academy in Rome. Brandy would like to teach at the high school level after graduation and plans later to pursue a graduate degree in creative writing. Congratulations. Congratulations. Yulia Babechevich is this year's salutatorian. She has earned a GPA of 3.97 with 133 UC credits. She's a biology major with a chemistry minor. She started at Utica College in the fall of 2009. Yulia is a resident of Frankfort, New York, and she attended Sequoia High School. She most recently worked as an assistant in Dr. Lawrence Aronson's lab and plans to study pediatric medicine at SUNY Upstate Medical University. Please join me in congratulating Yulia. Congratulations again to all of our students earning honors. The Dr. Virgil Crisafulli Distinguished Teaching Award is given each year at commencement to a professor who exemplifies the highest traditions of teaching. Because teaching is our first priority at Utica College, this award has come to be recognized as the college's finest tribute to a faculty member. This year's Crisafulli Award recipient is described by nominators as a role model and mentor, someone who is dedicated to the profession as well as an educator of students going into that profession. This professor strives to ensure everyone in class understands what is being presented by using a variety of teaching and learning styles and explains the material in as many different ways as necessary to accomplish complete understanding by all students. Her hands-on approach to teaching and her sharing of her own field experiences encourages students to apply what they learn in class to real-life situations. She is a personable, caring individual in a profession that demands it. In the words of one student, she has an obvious love for her profession and is dedicated to instilling the same drive and appreciation in her students. She came to Utica College in 1987 in a one-year temporary position. Her ease in the classroom, good rapport with students, and command of the subject earned her a full-time tenure-track position the following year. 6 years later, she was awarded tenure and became the program director. She has become an integral part of her department and the college, providing exemplary service to numerous college-wide committees, including the Curriculum Committee, the Middle States Self-Study Steering Committee, and working on outcomes assessment, although most of you know her as our longtime coordinator of faculty development. A professor, therapist, wife, and mother, she has managed to balance her work here at UC and a part-time consulting position serving the local community, while earning first a master's degree and more recently a doctorate. Throughout it all, she has focused on bringing out the best in her students and guiding them towards successful careers in occupational therapy. It is my pleasure to present this year's Virgil Crisafulli Distinguished Teaching Award to Associate Professor of Occupational Therapy, Nancy Hollins. The 39th Dr. Virgil Crisafulli Distinguished Teaching Award is presented to Nancy R. Hollins, Associate Professor of Occupational Therapy, as recognition for outstanding teaching effectiveness, commencement May 19, 2013.
It is my privilege to recognize the members of the class of 2013 who have received the Dean Robert E. Woods Student Life Award for noteworthy contributions to the quality of campus life. These students have distinguished themselves throughout their leadership in student government, the fine and performing arts, athletics, student publications, community service, and campus social and cultural activities. The members of the class of 2013 who have received this award are listed in your commencement program. I ask them now to stand as a group and receive our recognition for their outstanding leadership. The President of the Utica College National Alumni Council will now introduce the recipient of the 2013 Outstanding Senior Award. I am pleased to present Mr. Robert Sherman, who is a member of the class of 1974.
Good morning. As president of the National Alumni Council of Utica College, it is my pleasure to welcome you as the newest members of our Alumni Association, which numbers some 22,000 strong. As graduates, you may think your relationship with the college is about to come to an end. In all actuality, the relationship is just taking a new path. As you leave UC and begin your careers or further your education, I urge you to stay connected with your alma mater by participating in alumni events, receptions, and programs, and by encouraging others to attend UC, and of course by letting the college know how you are doing both personally and professionally. In addition, please remain connected, even if it is through various social media networks such as our alumni site on LinkedIn or our UC Facebook page. Each year since 1953, the Alumni Association has presented awards to faculty, students, alumni, and friends who have made outstanding contributions to the college. At a special reception last night, I presented our recipient with the 2013 Outstanding Senior Award, which recognizes a student who has demonstrated loyalty and service to the college and also excellence in her academic endeavors. On behalf of the Alumni Association, I am pleased to ask this year's Outstanding Senior Award recipient, Miss Amanda Rosinski, to please stand and be recognized. Let's congratulate Amanda and wish her the best as she pursues a master's degree in forensic psychology at John Jay College of Criminal Justice. In closing, I offer all graduates my heartfelt congratulations, and I wish you and your families the very best. Please return home to Utica College often. Immediately after commencement, I encourage all graduates to stop by the reception on campus, since the Utica College National Alumni Council has a small gift to welcome you to the Alumni Association. I also hope to see you on campus during the fun-filled 2013 homecoming, which is slated for October 18th through the 20th. So thank you, congratulations, and good luck to all of you in the future.
Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts and the Bachelor of Science degrees please stand? That's all of you. I have the honor to present the bachelor's degree candidates of the Utica College class of 2013 as duly qualified to receive their degrees.
By the authority of the Chancellor of Syracuse University and the President of Utica College, and by the action of the faculty of Utica College and the University Senate, with the Board of Trustees of Syracuse University and Utica College concurring, I confer upon you the Bachelor of Arts or the Bachelor of Science degree appropriate to your course of study. The diploma which you receive is your evidence of our action. Congratulations, you may be seated.
Our bachelor degree candidates will now be presented by the deans in the following order. Dean John Johnson, School of Arts and Sciences. Dean Patricia Swan, School of Business and Justice Studies. And Dean Richard Rafes, School of Health Professions and Education.
Will the graduating seniors from the School of Arts and Sciences please come forward? Julio de Jesus, summa cum laude. Saihan Myotun, magna cum laude. Lena Dai. Stephanie Bellinger. Kayla Thurston, cum laude. Anastasia Marie Mondi, cum laude. Bridget Amber Plummer, summa cum laude. Kyla Mae Gross. Melissa M. Brown. Sarah Marie Caraher. Alexandra Indolfi. Daniel Ross Lounsbury. Cassie Ann Shar. Lynn Marie Durso. Denise McCula. Devin J. Borowski. Karina Mejia. Laura Ann Uzilia. Shauna Lee Diefenbach. Mary Elizabeth Fusco. Zachary David Menapace. Emily Menapace. Alexis Threadgill. Elizabeth Ann Fitzgerald, summa cum laude. Haley Reitmeyer. Bree May. Anthony Garia. Damon Douglas Casey. Samantha Luce. Carmelita Stanek. Jacqueline Browdy. Rialda Rakanin, magna cum laude. Megan Delamarie Burns. Sheree Nicole McGuffey Davis. Kimberly Lazarek. Andrew Lazarek. Victoria Fornino. Jessica Van Denberg. Janae Speziani. Emily Ann Kawa, magna cum laude. Daniel Plows. Patricia Jane Kurtz. Caitlin Marie Sadala. Michelina Familero. Michelle Marie Donahue, summa cum laude. Luke Matthew Manolescu, cum laude. Armin Rosick. Stephen DeVito, magna cum laude. Stephanie Marie Colenzo. Kate Elizabeth Ziegler, magna cum laude. Stephanie Lorraine Seifert. Neves Vujanik, cum laude. Anita Jalilovich. Joanna Randall, summa cum laude. Amanda J. Massey. Amanda Rose Ferguson. Thomas John Dyer II. Sean Michael Pease, magna cum laude. Michael Palmisano. Brad Valentine, cum laude. Michael Anthony Zalum, magna cum laude. Aaron Crowley, cum laude. Jennifer Ann Strife, summa cum laude. Ashley N. Dunham. Amanda Marie Bracken. Carly J. Kashuba. Mercedes Ann Nashton. Emily Laramie Murphy, magna cum laude. Erica Caroline Lowenkopf. Amanda Charlotte Bingham. Almeida Gradeli. Eldon Smykan, cum laude. Amela Yasarevic, cum laude. Michael Thomas Convertino, cum laude. Praise Njoku Austin. Joseph Patrick Helinski. Heather Marie Monroe, magna cum laude. Zachary J. Lake. Jeremy Youngs, magna cum laude. Paul Smith. Gregory John Severance, magna cum laude. Kristen Ann Dunn Gallup, magna cum laude. Francesco DeMarco. Jessica Ford. Onell A. Reynolds, magna cum laude. Rishun K. Wynn. Travis Johnson. Adrian Luz Hachi. Al Sykes. Joya L. Spina, magna cum laude. Alexandria Christine Kiernan, cum laude. Breonna Lee McKinley. Sarah Elizabeth Gilio. Scott Wanner, magna cum laude. Richard Michael Verbeek. Christopher Flores. Ahmed Tomal. Crystal Ann Wheatley. Tatiana Gorina. Gail Tuttle, summa cum laude. Kelsey Elizabeth Rosine, cum laude. Mary Catherine Manin. Iman Latifa Humes, cum laude. Shakira Una Nikenji Freso. Kevin Murphy. Robert R. Amor. Angel J. Sabata, cum laude. Jason Nova. Christopher Ambori Urinya. Devin Ann Fisher. Alexis Riddell. Alexis Carzo. Nicole Marie Gazzatano. Deidre Warren. Catherine Halleck. Michaela Burns Buckley, magna cum laude. Carrie Lynn Cohen. Yulia Vabiszewicz, summa cum laude. Brandy Lee Miller, summa cum laude. Layla Simone Butler.
Will the graduating seniors of the School of Business and Justice Studies please stand and come forward? Joseph Claude Wells, summa cum laude. Patrick Dundon. John Gaspa. Janice Tran. Ashley Olivia Bones. Stephanie Meyer. Alexandra R. Caldas, cum laude. Danielle Antoinette Kane, cum laude. Alyssa Maria Scott, magna cum laude. Logan Jandrew, Andrew Bendwit, Jonathan Heisler, Michael Jason Herberger, Edward Bogunski, Megan Elizabeth Browning, Alyssa Marie Filkins, magna cum laude. Megan Elizabeth Fiore, Christopher Quigley, magna cum laude. Dennis Labossiere, Carmen Johnson, magna cum laude. Dakota Mitchell Fuller, Mark Skatko, Ariana Elizabeth Smith, Nathaniel Aaron Miggs, magna cum laude. Jared Michael Peck, summa cum laude. Mike Allen, cum laude. Michael Gaetano, Jerry Ray Kalka, cum laude. Britton Adolfo Teres, cum laude. Sarah Catherine Getz, Joseph M. Lewis, summa cum laude. Trish Barone, Thomas Martin Baker, cum laude. William Montgomery King, William John Charles Northey III, Adam Sherman, cum laude. Christopher Potlucky, Richard Vincent Lang, Alex Castilla, Mike Rose, Jordan Joseph Smith, Ariane Lane Donato, cum laude. Benjamin Unkina, Catherine McCann, Keisha Walenska, To Ki Woo, Calvin Hubbard, Rush Lan Joshua King, White Thunder Gomez, summa cum laude. Hunter Paget, Thang Light, Dalton Grisham, summa cum laude. Kathleen Scalise, Stephanie Christine Worth, summa cum laude. Jennifer Eubanky, summa cum laude. Mackenzie Slack, summa cum laude. Mohammed Almaro. Kevin Thomas Bolin. Tanya M. Jeffers. Brian Lee Haskins. Christopher Matthew McBride. Shamea Adriana Hamel. Marika Flowers Dorsey. Roderick Link. Albert Grove Phelan, summa cum laude. Amanda West, cum laude. Michael David Hagum, magna cum laude. Ryan G. Boxel, cum laude. Kaylee Ray Krager, cum laude. Alexander Brandon Titus. Kojo F. Yibowa. Alice Ann Mann. Joshua Aaron Leowa. Tyler James Hayes. Jacqueline Davis. Stacy Tuhey. Janesia Renaud. Wasam Atwal. Aaron Lauren Basil, magna cum laude. Abby Lynn Hanson, cum laude. Alex Elizabeth March, magna cum laude. Renee Tomasek, cum laude. Dunida Xiaopan Mina Song, summa cum laude. Katie Stoltz. Chelsea Megan McGuinn. Anthony Frank Cortez Jr. Kenny William Ortez. Rachel Ann Osada. Kristen M. Schultz. Chelsea Crystal Petrus. Shante Bellamy. Olua Sheon Ilawabani. Stephen Romano. Justin Stephen Corte. Christopher Houlihan. Caitlin Bailey. Matthew Evan Huron, cum laude. Justin Edelston. Joshua Smith. Robert Michael Etz. Evan T. Shalanda. Lynn Palmer. Ashley Marie Bay, cum laude. Lindsay Marie Martin. Jeffrey Konensky. Daniel Garcia Rodriguez, cum laude. Stephen Sadegto II. Okay. Benjamin Moe. Aldalmo Omeragic, magna cum laude. Anai Tata Ravik, cum laude. Christopher Joseph Flint. Abdulaziz Syed Al-Arifrey. Kenil Edlam. Edgar Lawrence Schlapp III. John L. Magastrino IV. Renee Marie Cornish Devens. Corinna Lynn Lawrence summa cum laude. Samuel Guzardo Contrup. Michelle Culver, magna cum laude. Shante Villarafin. Brianna Lee Avery, magna cum laude. Alexandra Lynn Hughes, cum laude. Sarah Parker. Rodolphe Michael St. Prix. Hasheen Al-Hadid, manager. John P. DeChavo, cum laude. Amanda Lee Rosinski, magna cum laude.
Will the graduating seniors from the School of Health Professions and Education please stand and come forward? Philip William Fess, summa cum laude. Caitlin Elizabeth Murphy. Kara Beth Doherty. Mallory Ingalls, cum laude. Emily Bryan, summa cum laude. Meredith Ann O'Hara, cum laude. Christopher Scott Schultz. Alicia Marie Burnett. Sheila Victoria Martin. Marilyn Elizabeth Joseph. Monica Brown Hodgkinson. Dylan Torres. Matthew Evan Rosenbaum. Timothy Michael Safford. Austin Robert Williams. David Edmund Lewis. Brian McIntyre, cum laude. Mariah J. Black, cum laude. Emily Palmisano, magna cum laude. Thomas Andrew Owens. Maria Christine Petro. Taylor Thomas Lemon. Brianne DeSaro, cum laude. Sarah Marie Irving, cum laude. Michelle Grace Allen. Melanie Mercurio, cum laude. Megan Victoria Foster. Crystal Talbot. Martha Jane Kudla. Jennifer G. Persio. Jessica Waterman. Juana Cradle. Juana Cradle. Shapri Ashley Parker. Lauren Elizabeth Lachone. Erin Ruth McKee. Kelsey Erin Smith. Amanda Eddy, magna cum laude. Amanda Rose Ajab, magna cum laude. Kaylee Dombrowski. Shanika Howe. Ashley N. Livermore. Madalana Pergis, cum laude. Joseph Matthew Myers, magna cum laude. Alexander Lee Straub. Michelle Rooney, cum laude. Chelsea Renee Dombrowski, magna cum laude. Stephanie Romano. Courtney Polito. Devin Allison Damari. Lauren Elizabeth Gilmore. Caitlin Banker. Jill Benoit. Rebecca Ann Pizzulo, cum laude. Robin L. White. Elizabeth Ruth Olson. Alicia E. Ellsworth. Benjamin E. Maxwell, cum laude. Alexi Baluk. Sarah Slade, magna cum laude. Renee Milosov. Marianne Elaine Thompson. Lynn Ann Cacciatore. Holaka Yusawasi. Olga Osprey. Ashley Straighton. Acacia Jaffa Offery. Joyce Trofina Adaino. Paige Perot, cum laude. Kayla Marie Bird. Chelsea Angelique Roman. Brian Matthew Layton, cum laude. Abigail M. Collins. Amal Gilbert. Stephanie Osabasu, magna cum laude. Shauna K. Kidd. Charlize Yeboy. Bernard Antwi. Gabriel Amika Udense. Adam David Luzak. Cheryl Albright. Teresa Hagans. Rosalind Juliana Helbert. Susan O'Connor Chambers. Tadanine Lynn Romalo. Anne-Marie Nutushiel. Lisa Caffrey. Timothy Burns. Jermaine Everton Hewitt. Colette Lorraine, cum laude. Tamisha Rogers. Marisa Harris. And Takita Patel. Fernando Lodania Mariladen. Eugenio Alvarez. Kayla Marie Snyder. Kelly Marie Barron. Kyle Taft, magna cum laude. Eric Robin Peterson. Lindsay Marie Norton, cum laude. Samantha Mirieri. Nicole Christine Marino. Gina Marie Mark Antonio. Erica Lynn McCrae. Amy Ashley Santos, magna cum laude. Wendy Lou Blake, cum laude. Bianca Jude Petrochilli. Jonathan Kilmer. Brittany Ann Swayze, magna cum laude. Danielle Nicole Bazansky. Jeremy Joseph Clark. Scott Richard Williams II. Brittany Ann Bozanza, cum laude.
I invite all the graduates to move your tassels from right to left. I now present to you the class of 2013. We would like to invite all of you back to the campus for the reception on the academic quad.